Pivoting, staying with the big man. Let's go to Michigan. Hunter Dickinson. In my opinion, he's my pick for preseason player of the year. Could have been.
Ooh.
I think he will be eventually. I just love the way he dominates in a game. His body at 7'1", he's really strong. He's aggressive. He's got a great motor, and he can score in a lot of different ways. But somebody else, not named Hunter Dickinson, needs to step up consistently night in and night out and score for Michigan. Gio, who's that going to be?
I think it's got to be Lewin. This is a point guard. He's got a lot of veteran, a lot of experience. But the thing about him, though, is that he hasn't really played against any great competition yet. I don't really see it from those other guys that are returning. I don't see it from Bufkin. I don't see it from Terrence Williams. And they've always done well when they have that veteran point guard come in, a grad transfer or something along those lines. So I think that he should be the guy, but it's just, can he? That's the one thing that, I'm not sure, right? There's nothing to really go off of. He hasn't played against anyone good in like 2 years, I think it is.
Yeah, Llewellyn came from Princeton, good shooter. The offense really wasn't run through him at Princeton. It was run through their big. So it'll be interesting.
Say his name, Joe.
Jalen Llewellyn.
No. They're big. They're big.
Oh, Tosan.
What's Tosan's last name?
I can't say his last name. But it's a hell of
Some insider you are. I don't even know the players' names.
I'm not going to screw up his last name. Anyway, Llewellyn is key. He is key because, again, we don't know what he's going to be able to do. Is he a guy capable of running the team? Like Mike Smith was so good 2 years ago for them.
But the pieces around him were awesome.
Right.
People don't talk about this. Dude's playing with 4 NBA players, and Devontae Jones didn't have that luxury.
No, he did not. He did not. So you're right. And Llewellyn doesn't have that luxury. Let's be honest. Like, this is a team full of unknowns.
Yep.
Jet Howard comes in as a highly touted freshman. He's 6'8". He could shoot the hell out of it. But you guys know, as freshmen, you can be an elite shooter, but you may not be an elite shooter as a college freshman.
Yep.
Ask John Diebler. John Diebler, elite shooter, did not have a good freshman year shooting the ball. Interesting to look at with Jalen Llewellyn. They played 3 games last year against high major competition. South Carolina, he had 16, 5 of 9. Minnesota, 7 of 21 from the field, 19 points. Oregon State ended up going for 14. So not a real high sample size there.
Solid.
Oregon State, he was 5 of 17.
That being said, however,
it was volume. It was volume last year in his 3 games against high major comp. I have no idea. I saw him play. I did the Asheville tournament last year. I think he's a good player. I have no idea the type of impact.
Can you say Tosan's last name?
I used to be able to. If I looked at it, I think I could. If I looked at it. But with that being said, I agree with Kobe Bufkin. I just worry about him shooting. I don't think he's a great shooter at this point in his career. Joey Baker, transfer from Duke. He's coming off hip surgery. Who knows? That makes that a big question mark. Terrence Williams is a guy that I think has the potential to do it. He did it a couple times last year, but the consistency was not even close.
Yeah, he's not a scorer. He's a glue guy, isn't he?
No, I agree. I don't know. I don't know who steps up with Hunter, who is an All-American level player, and comes with him. And Michigan is the ultimate question mark. There are so many pieces here that are freshmen or transferring up, or Joey Baker transferring in and he's hurt. So I don't even know how you evaluate Michigan.
Got to see.
Gio could not have shaken his head harder when you just mentioned Terrence Williams.
Hey, you know what? I'm biased because I saw him against Buffalo last year in the first game of the year, and he balled. He literally won the game.
That's fair. Recency bias in a sense.
That was the first game of the year.
I mean, at the time it was recency bias, and it's just continued on. Back to Llewellyn for a second, though, the Princeton transfer. I do think there is a benefit to having somebody who has a high basketball IQ, and you have a player that played in the Princeton offense, understands how to play in a read and react system, and that's somebody who you want playing with somebody as dominant as Hunter Dickinson. So I'm curious to see how that chemistry starts to form throughout this season. And I think it's something that we could see become a huge benefit for Michigan down the stretch.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, this is a team that, again, like Juwan Howard's done a pretty damn good job there since taking over. Now, he did inherit some pretty good players from Beeline, and the culture was strong and all that, but he's done a good job of keeping it together. Last year, they weren't great during the regular season, but they went to the Sweet 16. 2 years ago, they were really good in the regular season. Went to the Elite Eight. They were close to getting the Final Four. So, I like the culture here, and I love the fact that Hunter he's been able to step out a little bit, and he'll get better. Like last year, he did it, and this year I think he'll be better. As Gio was saying about like Race Thompson, he did a little bit. Well, Trace he hasn't shot the three at all. So like Trace this year, it's going to be kind of a completely new deal. Hunter's gotten used to it already.
I thought also, Jeff, Hunter took any type of feedback he got last year and he knocked it out of the park. He worked on his right-hand jump hook. He started shooting perimeter jumpers and made them. He really made strides last year, I thought, even though he was great as a freshman. He's better player as a sophomore. There was no doubt about that.
Did you hate Hunter, Gio? Because I feel like everybody in the league hates Hunter Dickinson because he loves to talk trash.
Yeah, no, I like that.
You like it?
I like players who talk trash. He messed up Cliff on one play last year, and he actually started talking, like joking with one of the fans. But like that's the stuff that gets me going as a player. So I really enjoy it. And I talk to Hunter all the time. He's a good dude. So
it's fun. Like to me, that's what college is about. As long as it's in good fun,
exactly.
Like why not? I mean, come on.
Gio, who was the best trash talker in the Big Ten last year?
Oh, best trash talker in the Big Ten last year. I mean, we're already talking about Hunter. Hunter's probably the best off the top of my head. DeMonte Williams as well. He was a really good trash
Illinois
talker.
Could chirp.
He really knew how to get under your skin for sure. Maybe even Tony Perkins as well from Iowa. He was
really.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, these are all good little insider tips we're getting from our very own Gio Baker here.